In yogic philosophy, Satya is the pursuit of truth and authenticity. And more specific definition of Satya is the eternal, unchanging truth. Ironically, one of our unchanging truths is that body, breath, and mind is always going to be changing. So to truly have an authentic practice, we have to be able to adapt to our always evolving needs. I invite you to do this in this coming practice, maybe a little more attention to what the differences are, what maybe the constants are in your practice, and taking that information to come up with choices, decisions that match your needs. We'll get started today on our bellies. And my invitation is to take 2 blocks at a low or medium height underneath the shoulders. And you might go for the high height if that feels good, but just find something that doesn't feel too intense right away. And release your arms back beside you with palms up and relax your head down towards the floor. Take these first few moments to just assess how it feels in your body to be face down on the blocks. And if there's any adjustments that will give you more comfort in your body, please take them now. And notice how your body meets the blocks, the floor below you, that support. And draw a deep breath in, feel yourself press into that support a little more. And a deep exhale out to heavy, to relax and release into the support below you. With your belly on the floor, you can use the resistance of the floor below you to expand your belly down a little bit more. With the space, the openness across your chest, you might feel that your breath moves a little freer into that space. And just notice in this position if perhaps your body feels similar to how it usually does, where it feels different. And same for your breath, and same for your mind. Something feels a little unfamiliar, what thoughts pop up? Are the thoughts useful to follow? Or is it best to let them fall to the side? 3 more cycles of breath to settle in and feel yourself supported by the ground below you. And gently bend your elbows and ground your hands beside your blocks. You can mindfully set them off to the side. Extend your arms out like a letter T and tuck your chin in so your forehead or your lips come closer towards the floor. And inhale, press your palms into the mat. Feel your shoulder heads lift off a little bit. Then exhale, bend your right knee and send your toes over to the left. Inhale, return your leg long through center. Exhale, bend your left knee and point it over to the right. Continue to move side to side. Your toes do not have to touch the floor. Just bringing in some gentle rotation to the spine. Keep your palms active. Feel your chest work as well. One more time, side to side. Let your exhale empty into the depth of your twist. Then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bend your elbows and place them in front of you, or your forearms out in front of you, to a number 11. Inhale, drag your elbows back. Feel your heart expand forward. Exhale, press into your knees. Draw your belly button to your spine and curl chin to chest. Inhale, wave your spine forward, open through your heart. Exhale, press into your palms, scoop your belly out. And one more inhale, undulate your spine forward. Exhale, poke your belly button up towards the sky. Inhale, ripple back to your Sphinx pose one more time. This time, exhale, curl your toes under, energize your thighs away from the floor. Scoop your belly button up towards your ribs. Feel your tailbone lengthen down towards your heels. Actively draw your elbows and your toes towards each other. Take one more inhale, press out of your shoulders. Then exhale, one palm at a time, come back to a high plank, or I guess first time in this high plank. Just an inhale, rock forward over your toes. Then exhale, pike your hips, send your weight towards your heels. Add some waking motions here. Listen for little cracks, any other sounds you observe in your body. And does this downward facing dog feel familiar? What spaces in your body might feel a little different? Perhaps you notice more sensation in your calves today. Maybe it's more a tenderness in your shoulders. Just be curious as you move or settle into stillness and let your breath create the movement in your body. Now from a still downward facing dog, inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky, pinky toes dialed down. Exhale, draw your heel towards your seat, then round knee towards the nose and step your foot between your palms. Release your back knee down towards the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, crescent lunge. Exhale, guide your hips forward, but pull your front heel back. Feel the opposition of front heel back, hips forward. Give you depth and buoyancy. Inhale, spiral up through your pinky fingers. Exhale, sweep your left hand back behind you into an open twist. Now notice if this feels maybe a little unfamiliar. Did your hip go back with your fingertips? Can you square it forward? And release left hand toward your low back. Inhale, sweep your right hand up towards the sky. You might have done familiar motions before. How does it feel now? Open. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, ground your right hand to a block beside your right foot. Inhale, square your shoulders, extend your left hand straight forward. Exhale, press into your block. Scoop your knee towards your nose, and then extend your leg behind you. Take a couple cycles of breath in this shape to experience what feels different in that transition. How can you settle your body, your mind, right into this more familiar shape? Another breath in, elevate your thumb, your heel. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, round in. Now inhale, kick your heel back and turn your toes out to the side. Exhale, curl in. Again, inhale, kick your heel out, maybe a little more to the diagonal now. Exhale, round in. A couple more times. Slowly edging out a little wider each time. Continue to spin your toes out to the side and see what feels a little different. Last time, knee to nose. Inhale, extend arm and leg. Exhale, ground both palms into the mat, so away from that block. Keep your left toes tucked under, right leg elevated. Inhale, power away from the floor. Guide yourself back to three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, step between your palms. Now locate both of your blocks. Inhale, launch off your back toes to your blocks. Exhale, spiral your pinky toe down. Flex your toes towards your face and draw your chin toward your toes. Feel the front line of your body activate. Inhale, squeeze your glute, elevate your heel. Exhale, draw your knee behind your other knee to little Shiva squat. Inhale, kick your heel back, add a little turn out to your toes. Exhale, spiral your knee down to touch the other. Just like your bird dog, inhale, kick out, little spin to your toes. Exhale, wrap your knee down and in. One more time, inhale, kick your heel out, turn your hip out. Then exhale, draw back in. Now inhale, kick back, turn your toes out. Exhale, just bend into your bottom knee and slowly lower your back foot to the floor. Inhale, seal your heel open wide to warrior two. Exhale, settle into the depth of your stance. And you have a good few cycles of breath here to arrive into this shape and perhaps from a very unfamiliar place. Notice where your thoughts go. As you deepen into this stance, connect with your breath. Whenever thoughts arise, see if you can identify and observe if they serve a purpose. And if they're not really useful, you might find that they're not quite true. Couple more cycles of breath. Feel the heat build in your thighs. You choose to keep the depth of your front thigh or straighten. And inhale, reach your right hand up to the sky. Notice if you keep the bend out of an expectation, when really straightening your leg would feel more helpful, more releasing. Take one more breath in. Exhale, windmill your hands down towards the floor. Inhale, step your right foot back to meet your left. Exhale, spin your heels over to the left. Cinch up your left side body and weight your palms evenly. Stay grounded, or inhale, reach your right hand up to the sky. How does your wrist, your shoulder feel on the bottom hand? Remember, you can always release your right hand back down towards the floor. Give a little nod of your chin towards your chest. Feel your tailbone lengthen. Another breath in. Exhale, ground your palm. Guide your hips high, downward facing dog. And after that movement, going to different places, how does this down dog feel different? How does it feel the same? Oh, inhale, send your left leg up towards the sky. Hips square. Exhale, draw heel to glute, then knee to nose, and step your foot forward. Release your back knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, guide your hips forward and pull your front heel back. Notice the difference between your right and left sides. Observe if you place any label of a good or a bad hip, good or bad side. And see if you can simply notice the difference without judging it. And inhale, grow tall. Exhale, sweep your right hand behind you into your twist. And see if maybe this time your right hip stayed square after the memory of the last side. And right hand to your low back. Inhale, guide your left hand overhead. Lift tall out of your low back. Exhale, ground your left hand to a block, the outside of your left foot. Inhale, circle your right hand up and forward. Square your shoulders. Exhale, press so much into your block that you lighten knee towards your chest. Inhale, continue to kick your heel back behind you. Exhale, flex your toes towards your chin. Chin toward your toes. A few cycles of breath. Just notice where you arrived, how you got there, and how it feels to be here now. Inhale, elevate heel and thumb. Exhale, curl knee towards your nose. Inhale, kick back and turn your toes out a little bit. Exhale, draw in. Again, inhale, kick back, feel your hip roll open. Exhale, draw in. 2 more times, widen the reach of arm and leg further to the diagonal. Might notice your outer hip light up a little more than if the hips were square. And inhale, extend straight forward and back. Exhale, ground both palms into the floor. Curl your toes under. Inhale, kick your left heel straight up to the sky. Exhale, round and step your foot between your palms. Connect to both blocks. Inhale, launch off your back toes. Exhale, dig your bottom heel into the floor. Pull it towards the back wall. And see if you feel your elevated hip roll down. Inhale, kick up a little higher. Exhale, draw knee behind knee, Shiva squat. Inhale, kick back, add a little turn out to your toes. Then exhale, wrap your knee down into internal rotation. Inhale, kick back, little external rotation. Exhale, internal. Inhale, kick your heel out. Find as much rotation out as you can. Then exhale, slowly bend into your front knee. Shift your weight back with your toes still pointed out until you land in your warrior two. Where is your breath? Can you draw it a little deeper down to feel the base of your pelvis? And take up space where perhaps it hasn't landed in the last few cycles of breath. And find an intentional place for your gaze. Notice if you feel familiar grooves in your body. And choose to stay bent or extend your front leg. Either way, add a side stretch to the back wall. And this side could be completely different than the other side. You might just notice less or more fatigue in your front leg. Do you want to commit to the discipline of the front leg? Or give yourself relief, permission to soften and stretch? One more inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down towards the floor. Inhale, step your left foot back to meet your right. Exhale, spin your heels to the right. Pick up the right side of your body and weight your left palm. Stay with that work or reach your left hand up towards the sky. Again, unique side here. Check in with your wrist, your shoulder. How can you meet the needs of this particular side? Take one more inhale, corkscrew your bottom hand into the floor. Exhale, ground your left palm, hike your hips high to the sky. A few cycles of breath. Exhales through your nose or through your mouth. Release anything that built up. Now inhale, look forward, lift up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, travel towards the top of your space. Inhale, draw your hands up your shins, lengthen halfway. Exhale, meld over your thighs. Inhale, root through your heels, circle your arms overhead. Exhale, connect your hands to heart center. Inhale, recircle your arms skywards. Exhale, sweep your left hand back behind you. Allow your shoulders to roll open, even your hips to turn slightly. Inhale, reach your right arm up, left hand down. Exhale, bend your left knee and catch hold of the inside of your foot. With your foot in hand, inhale, turn your shoulders back forward. Exhale, squeeze your right shoulder back to your lifted foot. Let's choose to stay a little more upright or kick into your hand. Match the kick with the pull. Notice if things start to deviate out to the side, hug your arm and your knee towards each other. Take another breath in. Exhale, slowly tip forward. Reach your right fingertips towards a block. Slow motion here. Once you touch down, wrap your hips open towards the side. Match a kick and a pull with equal effort. You can lower your gaze for more stability or gently start to lift it for a little more balanced challenge. Meet yourself right where you're at today, your level of challenge. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly release your back foot. Bend into your front knee and tap your back foot down to the mat. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, keep your straight legs and hinge forward to triangle. Hug your heels towards each other to keep a sense of lift and spin your chest up to your top hand. Notice if staying lifted versus sinking down has any energetic effect in your body. You might find more work by staying upright versus sinking down. Another breath in. Exhale, bend into your front knee. Launch off your back toes to half moon. Flex the outer edge of your foot up towards the sky. Notice if any thoughts are in your mind, limiting beliefs about what balance means to you. There's no good or bad here. And stick with the present moment with the shake that you have for one more inhale. Then exhale, turn your hips down. Bend knee behind knee to Shiva squat. Inhale, kick your heel back. Choose to stay grounded through your palms or release your hand to the sky. Exhale, turn your knee down to find the other knee. One more time, inhale, expand, open. Exhale, curl in, stay low. With your knees crossed, extend your legs so pinky toes align, then fold over your thighs. Give a little sway side to side. Feel a little more of the connection from the outer leg all the way up your side body. And breathe into that connection. Unwind your feet and draw your big toes to touch. Press down through your feet. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. Exhale, guide your right hand back behind you. Don't have to worry about keeping your hips square here. Then inhale, tick-tock your arms up and down. Exhale, keep your palm open and catch hold of the inside of your right foot. Then inhale, square your shoulders back forward. Exhale, hug your knees in towards the center line. Stay lifted or kick your foot into your hand. Draw your left shoulder to your back toes. Front shoulder down to your bottom toes. Another breath in. Exhale, slow motion, reach down towards the block. You're welcome to add a bend in your knee to get there. At the bottom, roll your hips open to the side. Imagine you're laying your head back on a pillow. Hips forward, head back. Embrace the wobble for what it is. Where's your breath? Let an inhale open from the top of your foot up towards your chin. Then exhale, draw in through your belly and release your back foot. Bend into your front knee to soften the landing. Inhale, straighten through your front leg, reach up and back. Exhale, keep the length in your side body as you hinge forward. And hug your heels towards each other. Feel that dynamic energy move in and up through your fingertips. And wrap your ribcage a little more forward. Inhale, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, bend into your front knee, spring off your back toes to half moon. Another inhale, press the outer edge of your foot to the sky. Exhale, turn your hip points down. Bend your knee behind knee, back to Shiva squat. Inhale, kick your heel out, rotate hip and toes. Option to hover the right hand. Exhale, wrap it back down. Got one more time, you choose your variation. Doesn't have to match the other side. Exhale, turn down. Keep the knees connected and extend your legs so pinky toes align and mount over your thighs. If any thoughts came up that weren't useful to you, thoughts that weren't necessarily true of judgments or expectations that arose, give your head a little shake, release with your exhale. Anything you don't need to carry with you. Then unwind through your legs back to a simple hips width distance stance. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back behind you into a low lunge. Ground the block a little bit lower on the left side. Inhale, reach your right hand up towards the sky, simple twist. Exhale, hug your heel and your toes towards each other. Inhale, corkscrew your head into the floor, lift your chest. Exhale, tap your back knee down towards the floor. Give a little kickstand out. Inhale, kick your right heel towards the back wall. Exhale, draw your toes toward your face. Inhale, kick your heel back, a little further back than your hip. Exhale, swing forward towards your face. Back and forth, see if you can minimize the movement in your upper body. Move through your center. One more time, inhale, kick forward. This time, exhale, bend your knee, look down, and plant your foot. Other block is at the high setting here. Inhale, spin your back heel down, revolve your chest open to the side. Exhale, pivot on your back toes, root your left palm back down. Inhale, drive your right leg behind you, open up. Exhale, draw your knee in, plant your foot, your palm. Inhale, open up, option this time to hover your back leg to a half moon. Exhale, wrap your hips down, lower down. You have 2 more times, choose your adventure. Meet the unfamiliar movement with breath, with no expectations and no limiting beliefs of where you can go. All movements that have come before, just in a little different packaging. One more inhale. Exhale, root down. Inhale, spring off your back toes. And exhale, forward fold, set left foot next to your right. And flip both blocks to the high setting. Inhale, wave your spine long. Exhale, step your right foot long behind you, lower your block to the low setting on the right. Inhale, guide your left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, wrap your ribs towards your front thigh. Another inhale, roll both shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, lower your back knee down towards the mat. Give a little kickstand out. Inhale, extend your left leg behind you. Exhale, draw your toes towards your face. Inhale, kick your heel behind your hip. Exhale, draw in. 2 more times, back and forth. Try to stabilize, draw every exhale back into your core. Inhale, shift your toes back forward. Exhale, bend your knee, plant your foot down. Connect your hand to the high block. Inhale, spin your back heel down, hips open to the side. Exhale, pivot on your back toes, rotate your hips to square. Inhale, kick your left heel behind you. Exhale, ground your foot down. Inhale, stay grounded or float your right leg off to half moon. Exhale, pivot down, almost like you're moving through your Shiva squat on the way down. 2 more times, inhale, kick out. Exhale, plant your foot down. Inhale, kick your heel back behind you. Exhale, wrap down. 1 more time. See if you can just move with your breath, not attaching to the actual movements you're taking. No value placed on the movements you choose. After that last one, let's place the right foot down next to your left and forward fold. Give a little shake. Then inhale, wave up halfway. Exhale, ground your palms, step your feet back to high plank. Big breath in. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your belly all the way to the floor. The bottom, release your palms back beside you. Empty your breath out. Inhale, take flight, arms and legs away from the mat. Exhale, bend your knees. Dial your thumbs up towards the sky and see if you can catch hold of the inside of your feet. You can also hover your hands here, no obligation to grab hold. If you do catch, inhale, kick your feet into your hands. Then exhale very slowly. Option to tip to the side for a little side bow. Gonna check in with the sensations in your shoulders. You might keep the left leg a little bit more elevated if you feel a lot of sensation across your chest. 1 more inhale. Exhale, draw in through your belly. Slowly roll back through center. And then option, explore the other side. Roll towards your left shoulder. The more you kick into your hands, the more sensation and stretch is put in your chest. So you might also choose to slacken that tension, less kick. Another inhale, cross your collarbones. Exhale, gently release back through center. Forehead down towards the earth. Just feel Maybe a flush, a rush of sensation across your chest. And ground your hands by your ribs. And gently press yourself up to all fours. And draw your knees, your toes to touch, send your arms behind you into a child's pose. After all that opening, expansion across your chest, let this be an opportunity to draw inwards. This will be the posture that I start to close down the practice with, to draw awareness from that outward facing, expressive nature of an open heart, and drawing it back in towards your center. Let your breath flow naturally. You're welcome to trace its pattern to anchor your mind, or just let your mind wander. You get to choose what thoughts to engage with, what thoughts feel useful, truthful, or perhaps pass on the ones that don't. You're welcome to stay here longer. Perhaps transition to another place of rest, or slowly roll up to a seated position. Ground your hands on your thighs and notice how your body feels in this moment. How it feels when you respect the changing needs of your body and know that the choices you made today might not be the same ones you make the next time you practice. And with this movement, with this adaptation that you take, you truly serve the unchanging eternal truth. That change is a constant. And draw a deep breath in, circle your arms overhead. Open mouth, exhale, connect your hands to your heart. I bow to you in gratitude.